Winning run at third. Infield in for the Dodgers. Kotsay, base hit center field. Fielder will score. And this one is over. Another walk-off win for the Brew Crew.
What a night for baseball here at Miller Park. The Brewers goes to keep this perfect homestand going. Another big crowd expected. The Brewers are 5-0 so far on the homestand. So it's game 3, the Dodgers and the Brew Crew. And the Crew's lead has grown by 3 more games while they've been home, all the way to 7 now as we begin tonight's play over the St. Louis Cardinals. Zack Greinke knows all about perfection at Miller Park. He could set a new franchise record for consecutive wins to start a career at home. He's 8-0 in his 10 starts here at Miller Park, going for win number 12 on the season. Hi, everybody. Craig Kashan back with you on the broadcast on Fox Sports Wisconsin. And while many of you are amazed at the Brewers' current run, they are keeping things in stride. They've won 18 of 20, and to put a record like that together in the month of August proves this team is a serious contender. Offensively batting .291 during that stretch, averaging nearly 5 runs a game, and the pitching is second to none with a team ERA of 2.21 during that stretch as well. They just keep on coming on, whether they're at home or on the road lately. And this homestand began with a Zack Greinke out on the hill on Friday. He won that one, back for another start, so it's Zack attack again tonight.
Wisconsin is presented by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness. By AT&T. And brought to you by Toyota, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers and the Toyota territory at Miller Park. And a good time to roll in here at Miller Park. The Brewers have won 5 in a row on this homestand with 2 to play. And Zack Greinke, he has won 8 of his first 10 games here at Miller Park this year. He has tied a franchise record for the longest home winning streak to start a career here in Milwaukee. He'll try to keep that going tonight. Hi, everybody. Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. Great to have you with us from beautiful Miller Park. And now we'll see if this ball club can keep it going tonight. They're going to give it to a guy, Rock, who is rounding into ace-like form. Zach Greinke has been about as good as he has all year in his last few starts.
And it really started in the end of June when he started mixing all of his pitches. You remember Greinke got off to a slow start and missed most of the spring training. Was basically a two-pitch pitcher coming out of the gates, but right now he's comfortable on the mound. He's throwing all 4 of his pitches for strikes, and those off-speed pitches have been dominant at times. When you can throw a pitch below 60 miles an hour and up into the mid-90s, throw them all for strikes, you're going to get a lot of hitters out.
Well, Greinke going after his 12th win. He's trying to go 9-0 at home. And how about this ball club? They are the gift that keeps on giving. What do they do next? We'll find out. It's Game 3, the Brewers and the Dodgers. And it's coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin. It has a single tense and a simple clock. Now, it disregards the last game, cares little for past performances, and lets great moments pass. For the past 3 games at Miller Park, we've been reminded of why we love baseball. Play after play after play. The Brewers have extended the definition of success. Wilson is there, flip to UDB, the throw first in time, throw the point, and catch! Here comes Gutierrez, and that is your ball game! Kotze, base hit center field. Fielder will score, and this one is over. There are few things romanticized in sports like a baseball pennant race, but this success has Brewers fans falling in love with their crew all over again. And can they keep the magic going? A lot of tailgating going on before tonight's game on a beautiful Wednesday night for baseball. What a gorgeous night for the grand old game here in the Midwest. August 17th, and the Brewers are 21 games over 500 and a 7-game lead as the Don Mattingly-led Los Angeles Dodgers ready to go for Game 3 of this series. The Piggly Wiggly batting order turned in by Mattingly. It's Gwen, Blake, and Ethier at the top with Matt Kemp, Aaron Miles, James Loney in the middle. Mattingly has Navarro, Sellers, and Evaldi. a rookie on the mound here tonight. That batting order will face Zach Greinke and rock the Farmers Insurance report card on tonight's starting pitcher.
Yeah, 11-4 and a 4.08 earned run average. He's 3-0 in the month of August with a 2.18 ERA, making his second career start against the Dodgers.
First pitch to Tony Gwynn Jr. is in there for a strike, and away we go from Miller Park. And another good crowd going to be here tonight to see this one. They'll be pushing near 40,000 tonight once again. This series and homestand wraps up tomorrow as Gwynn sends one out to left in foul territory, and that one's in the seats. Braun gave it a good look. Let's check that Brewers defense tonight. You've got Ryan Braun at left, Nigel Morgan back in center with Corey Hart at right. The infield is McGee, Betancourt, Hairston, Fielder, and then Lucroy does the catching. It's the Plains Farm and Fleet Brewers defense. Jerry Hairston Jr. getting another start at second base. Ron Renicky likes the way he is playing right now. Hairston was the starter yesterday at second base. He got the start in center field in the first game of this Dodger series.
Yeah, Felipe Lopez has not been able to get on base as Renicky would hope. So you get the stronger of the two defensively, and you've got a guy out there at second that does a good job putting the bat on the baseball. Tough to strike out.
Tony Gwynn Jr. with a base hit to right. And that's how the game starts for the Dodgers, with a single. And a base stealer in Gwynn, the former Brewer, is aboard to start it against Greinke. Home plate umpire tonight is Chris Guccione. And the mics are on the bases. McClensky, Winters, and Everett. Mike Winters is the crew chief. As Ron Renicky tries to keep this club going. This is some kind of run the Brewers are on right now, having won 18 of their last 20 ball games. Brewers have won 5 in a row. And what is so interesting about this team right now is the fact that the pitching has dominated. Yes, the Brewers are getting clutch hits. We've seen some fantastic defense, but the pitching is the story. In the last 4 games, all wins for Milwaukee. They've given up 2 runs. That's it to the opponent.
Yeah, it's been incredible to watch his starting rotation go at it, pitching deep into ball games and allowing Ron Renicky to use his big guns at the back end of his bullpen. Every start seems to get better than the next. These guys are pushing each other pretty well.
And now Greinke next in line. He's been pitching as well as any of the Brewers starters, and he has had a great run here at Miller Park. He's 8-0 this year. Greinke, an 11-game winner with an ERA over 4, slightly over 4. It's at 4.08. He's been whittling that down, seems like, with every start. As Casey Blake takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on Blake.
And it's not just been at home where Greinke has been good lately. 7 starts in a row for Zach. Has given up 2 earned runs or less. That's how good he's been.
Zach has won his last 4 starts. And remember, he didn't make his first start until the 4th of May, and yet an 11-game winner this year compared to only 4 losses. Casey Blake, veteran third baseman. Dodgers picked him up in a trade a few years back from the Cleveland Indians. I talked to Casey yesterday. He said he was excited to hear the news and see the highlights of his former teammate Jim Thome, who hit his 600th home run 2 days ago for the Minnesota Twins. They exchanged text messages. There's a pickoff. Oh, Gwynn is just back somehow.
Yeah, had him leaning. Yeah, Greinke with a throw over to first. Quick feet for Greinke, but the throw a little bit high. Had that throw been right on the bag, I think they might have gotten him, and it was pretty close.
Oh, man.
Doesn't get much closer than that. It looked like Gwynn wanted to steal on that pitch.
Mike McClensky is the first base umpire. So 1-2. Gwynn holds his ground, and a chance for 2 here. Betancourt to Hairston, who gets wiped out by Tony Gwynn. Sons of former big leaguers coming together right there, and Gwynn and Hairston.
Yeah, just not hit hard enough to turn a double play. Got to make sure a 1 on that. That's a good exchange for the Brewers. You don't have to deal with Gwynn's speed at second base. And no way you're going to turn a double play on that, but Gwynn just making sure, able to take out Hairston at second.
And what do they say? As long as you get your feet up, you're okay.
Yeah. That clean slide, good hard baseball.
And you like to see that. Zach Greinke with one gone, runner at first. Andre Ethier at the plate, and Ethier takes a ball. You got a lot of sons of former major leaguers in the matchup here tonight. Tim Dillard comes on. You'll have him with Prince Fielder, Jerry Hairston, Tony Gwynn Jr. Legacies.
Yeah. Good bloodlines out there tonight.
The breaking ball from Greinke. 2-0 on Andre Ethier. Ethier having a down season by his standards. He's hitless in his last 11 at bats, and his batting average is at .294. He was over .300 when this slump began. 10 homers, 51 runs batted in. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Greinke not missing by much, but Ethier not chasing.
Yeah, the disappointing thing for the Dodgers about Ethier is the RBIs and the home runs. The batting average is in pretty good shape. The on-base percentage at about .370 this year. Has not been able to drive in many runs.
Ethier swinging away, 3-0. That one is way back in right center. Morgan at the wall. He leaps, and he's got it. Nigel Morgan pulls one back. Play after play after play in this series and on this homestand. This ball club brings them to their feet early and often lately.
3-0 fastball, and Andre Ethier gets under it just enough to allow Morgan to get back. It might have gone off the top of the wall. You don't know. It would have been pretty close, but Niger able to get under it and make the catch. That ball was hit so high it gave Niger plenty of time to get back to the wall and jump straight up and catch it. Might not have been a home run, but it was close.
Terrific play. Nigel Morgan ran to the spot and brings it in. Second out of the inning. Ethier swinging away 3-0, and he almost popped a 2-run homer out of here. Now Kemp, who leads his club in all of the major categories. He's hitting .320. 28 home runs, which is tied for second in the league. He's at 89 RBIs now, also tied for second. He and Prince Fielder with 89 runs batted in. And a swing and a miss, 0-2 the count.
Yeah, that's a nasty. That swing and a miss slider for Zach Greinke has been a good pitch for him all year. The difference now is he's got 2 other pitches to go with it, the curveball and the changeup. That's what's made him so good lately.
Ron Renick saying, you know, Greinke is on his game when he has that devastating swing and miss slider, and he's had a couple of good ones here early. The 0-2 pitch, and the breaking ball misses.
Yeah, what makes it so tough to hit and pick up is that it breaks very late. It doesn't have much of a break on it. It goes straight down. A late sharp break, and that's the key to his success.
Those numbers by Matt Kemp, a reason why he is in the picture for most valuable player in the National League, despite the Dodgers playing 11 games under 500 to start play today. As Kemp swings and misses, down he goes. Greinke gave him a steady diet of breaking balls. So a strikeout for Greinke, another great defensive play for the Brewers, and off we go at Miller Park. In the manager of the year discussion at this point with a red hot ball club. The Brewers have won 5 in a row. Try to make it 6 in a row here tonight. And the Piggly Wiggly batting order turned in by Ron Renneke today. It is Hart, Nyjer Morgan, Ryan Braun. Then you've got Fielder, McGee, and Betancourt with Hairston, Lucroy, and Greinke rounding it out. And a batting order, Rock, that will face a newcomer, Nathan Eovaldi, 21-year-old power-armed right-hander from Texas.
Yeah, big guy, 6'3", 190 pounds, and an 11th rounder in 08. He wasn't even invited to big league spring training this year, but in Double-A, very good numbers, a 2.62 ERA in Chattanooga.
Nathan Eovaldi from Alvin, Texas, where Nolan Ryan is from. That's a good spot to be from. Certainly something that comes up wherever he goes. Every Texas kid wanted to be like Nolan Ryan, and he happened to grow up in the same town.
Well, and according to the Brewers, he's got a pretty good Nolan Ryan type fastball. He uses it a lot. He gets it in the mid-90s. He'll also throw a little cutter to go with it, but he's a youngster. He's still learning out there, to say the least.
You see that big fastball. Eovaldi has hit 97, 98 miles an hour in the big leagues a lot sooner than he thought. But he's getting a good look here with the Los Angeles Dodgers. His Hart sends one to center. Back is Kemp, and he's got it for the out. One gone. Well, Nyjer Morgan. Terrific play in the top of the first inning. Andre Ethier swinging away 3-0, and Morgan pulls one down off the wall. Well, last night it was Prince Fielder. The night before that it was a triple play and 4 double plays. Everybody's getting into the act. Here are the Dodgers defensively tonight. You got Gwynn, Kemp, and Ethier in the outfield. It's a fast outfield with Blake, Sellers, Miles, and Loney around the horn. Navarro doing the catching tonight with the young hurler Eovaldi on the mound. Nyjer hitting .312, has 3 home runs for the Brewers this season, driven in 28. Had a game winner for Milwaukee on Sunday against the Pirates, a game-winning sacrifice fly. Another last at-bat win for Milwaukee. We had one here last night. Mark Kotze.
And just keep piling up the 1-run games, do the Brewers. Seems like every game seems to be, lately anyway, a very closely contested 1-run win for Milwaukee. I guess that's what happens when your pitching is so good. Your offense has been sputtering a bit lately, but been opportunistic. Guys have been able to win, doesn't matter how.
1-2 the count on Morgan. And that one misses a little high, a little outside. Well, you figure, Rock, is going to be an adjustment period here with Milwaukee. They're trying to get a look at this young pitcher for the first time. Not a lot to go on. Ron Renneke was telling us earlier today that there were some scouting reports from the Southern League, the Double-A Southern League. The Brewers have an affiliate in that league in Huntsville. And Eovaldi pitching in Chattanooga. But until you've actually seen him, it's just letters on a page.
Yeah, scouting reports are only, can go so far. You've got to see what his pitches do as they get into the strike zone. A little bit of zip on them, some movement. But according to Dale, he says that the fastball for Eovaldi is fairly straight. We'll see how that works out.
2-2 on the way to Morgan. Bouncing ball in the hole and off the glove of Miles. And Nyjer Morgan is aboard. That'll be a base hit. Unlikely Miles was going to be able to throw out Morgan anyway. But Morgan is aboard with a single, and the Brewers with a man on.
Yeah, with the hard thrower out there, not figuring Morgan's going to pull the baseball with 2 strikes. They had Miles shaded just a little bit up the middle, and they're just not able to get there. Even had he got the baseball, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get Nyjer.
And that's why Nyjer Morgan has a great chance to hit 300 with that great speed. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So a base runner for Braun here in the first inning. Ryan comes in batting .329. That is second in the league. Jose Reyes still the league leader. He's on the disabled list with the Mets. He's hitting .336. As Braun shoots one to right. And Morgan will hold his ground at second base. Ethier has a very strong arm. First and second for the Brewers with one away. And now Braun gives way to Prince Fielder. And during this stretch, this 18 out of 20, Braun and Fielder have been at the top of their game as well.
That doesn't surprise you, does it? That's kind of the way it's been all season, not just in this stretch. You know, very rarely have these guys been in a stretch where they're not swinging the bat, and even more rare that they have both been in somewhat of a slump at the same time. What's a slump? About 3-4 days for these guys?
Maybe 3 or 4 at bats. Fielder looked like he was dipping into a slump. He was pulling off a number of pitches over a couple of games, and then he figured it out yesterday. He had 2 groundouts right off the end of the bat yesterday against Chad Billingsley. And then he came up in the 6th inning and whistled one into the left center field gap. Fielder would walk in the 9th inning yesterday and score the winning run. Bottom of the 9th inning victory for the Brew Crew, a 2-1 final. It's not always the hits that give you an indication that a hitter is back in time or in rhythm. Sometimes a walk can produce a hot streak at the plate.
Yep, see the baseball, stay back. How you take a pitch, will lock you in sometimes.
And that one is hit hard, backhanded by Sellers to second for one. Miles makes the turn. What a play that was. Some kind of play. The rookie shortstop Justin Sellers. Outstanding play to get the double play started. The athletic Miles finishes it off. And 1 inning in the books here at Miller Park. Hughes. Tonight's game being produced by Chris Withers and directed by Michael Odino. Brian Mikologic doing whatever he does in the truck as well. Great to have you with us. Some outstanding defense already, partner. Nigel Morgan, and then a beautiful double play turn by the Dodgers. Sellers to Miles to Loney.
Yeah, that was outstanding, particularly on the Aaron Miles end, because he was around playing toward the hole for Prince. He had a long way to go, but still would have turned the double play.
Well, Zach Greinke striking out Matt Kemp to end the 1st inning. We're in for a treat tonight, partner. We have Marcus Hanel, the Brewers bullpen catcher, mic'd up tonight. He's kind enough to wear the microphone. We've gotten a lot of great stuff from him already. We're trying to bring that to you. We'll give you a little taste of what happens down in the bullpen. But we want to let you hear from Marcus about Zach Greinke's pregame routine and how he gets ready for a ball game.
You don't get that opportunity very much. That is a very tightly sealed community down there in the bullpen. They don't like you to know what goes on down there too much.
Which is why we have concealed the microphone on Marcus Hanel, but no one is really sitting next to him other than Stan Kiles, the bullpen coach. We're also going to have Marcus join us in the third inning, have a headset conversation with him. Maybe he can give us a heads up on some of the things we're going to hear tonight. As Miles draws the walk. So our first installment of Coos on the mic. Let's hear what he had to say from pregame.
Zach's probably the one pitcher who has no routine. He just kind of gets on the mound after his initial throws off the back of the mound, but he doesn't have any set. He just kind of pitches off the field.
Yeah, however he feels. Most pitchers do the same exact thing before every start. 10 fastballs, then he'll throw maybe 5 curveballs, then 5 fastballs away, 5 fastballs in. But Zach Greinke apparently doesn't do that. He just does whatever pops into his mind at that time.
As soon as he gets loose, he is ready to go to work. And it makes sense. You figure a guy who's going to wear number 13 would, be a little off center in his routine.
Not superstitious.
Well, suddenly, Zach Greinke having a hard time finding the strike zone. And Jonathan Lucroy out to the mound.
Yeah, which is rare for Greinke. He's got a strikeout to walk ratio of 5.5 to 1. That's incredible when you think about it. 143 strikeouts before the game today against 26 walks.
Quick trip to the mound for Lucroy. There is Rick Kranitz, the Brewer pitching coach. Big part of that pregame routine as well with Zach Greinke. Bullpen catchers, pitching coaches, the bullpen coach, they all work hand in hand. Marcus Hanel, affectionately known as Coos, he kind of fits into the pitching side of things. He throws batting practice to the pitchers every day. Takes full responsibility for their success at the plate this year.
He's certainly the guy. If you're wondering what a guy's working on, what has been working well for him, Marcus Hanel is certainly the guy that you could go to because he catches them all. He knows every one of their idiosyncrasies.
Runner goes. Lucroy's throw to second, and it is in time to get his man. Miles cut down on a caught stealing. Good throw from Lucroy.
Yep, on a 2-1 count, and that's the best pitch for a base runner to take off. You figure that the pitcher's going to want to throw a strike, and in that case, James Lonely not able to get a piece of it. And a good throw by Jonathan down to second base, one of his best.
And a strike with a pitch, and now it's 2-2. And a slow curveball missed. 3-2 the count. Lucroy's been working on his game behind the plate, not just blocking balls, but throwing the baseball with Jerry Narron, the Brewers bench coach. He's in charge of the catchers. And a good throw that time. Loney, little flare in the left. Braun coming in. He's got it for the out. 2 gone. How serious is this team? How about the pregame conversation of those out in the bullpen with Zach Greinke?
I usually shave like once every few weeks whenever my wife tells me to.
Yeah. Each time it comes in a different color. How do you do that?
Yeah, last time it was like a tan. I change it up. I tell my body what to do. This side looks like it's black. You got a little black and gray. I figure if I get stuck in the woods, I can just hide behind my beard and be camouflaged.
I mean, that's some hardcore, let's get ready for a ball game discussion. That was about 20 minutes before the game tonight.
Pretty intense, huh? All the work has been done by that time.
Right.
I mean, you walk through the Brewers clubhouse during the Brewers batting practice, you'll see the starting catcher, the starting pitcher, and Rick Kranitz going over a scouting report. And it takes him about a half an hour.
Little roller to Fielder. He'll take it to the bag, and the side retired. Got plenty more sounds of the game coming your way tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Outfield ticket to select Brewers day games and a $25 Potawatomi Bingo Casino Restaurant gift card. Some restrictions apply. Visit brewers.com/Potawatomi.
Well, great scene here at Miller Park tonight. Looks like a potential sellout crowd this evening. Television ratings through the roof. Brewer fever is here. No doubt about it. Brewers will wrap up this homestand tomorrow. It's a day game here. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for the Dodgers tomorrow. And the Brewers will counter with Marco Estrada making his second start. And then the Brewers headed on the road. They'll go to New York and then Pittsburgh. What a homestand it's been. The Brewers, you might remember the last homestand, they went 8-1. And they are 5-0 so far on this homestand. Casey McGee will lead off for Milwaukee, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Nathan Eovaldi managing to work around 2 hits in that first inning. Terrific double play started by Sellers, turned by Miles to Loney.
A young man born in February of 1990. That's the second 1990 birthday that we've had in the National League this year that we've seen. The youngster had Tommy John surgery in high school. You don't hear that much.
Swing and a miss. McGee strikes out. He's showing pretty good stuff here early. Now Sundays on Fox Sports Wisconsin, you can join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. The personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Larry Doby. Boys in the Hall Sundays presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. First African American in the American League, Larry Doby. Followed Jackie Robinson. That'll be a great feature. Uni B will bat with 1 away. Betancourt, a big part of last night's win as well. He drew a walk. You don't see Uni walk very often, but a 4-pitch walk to load the bases last night. The next hitter, Katse, won it.
And he was trying to give himself up. He was trying to bunt, drop down a sacrifice bunt. And Dodgers walked him on 4 pitches, and that set the stage for Mark Katse.
Well, unfortunately for Uni, we have, since we discovered that you don't pronounce the T in his last name, he hasn't had a hit yet.
What do you mean we?
Since we discovered.
Okay.
Bill Schroeder and his partner.
Okay.
So it'd be nice for him to get a hit at some point, or else we might have to put the T back on it as it bounces out. That's all I'm saying, Rock. I mean, you got to be careful when you're attempting things like this.
Really?
Yeah. It gets tricky up here in the booth. Unusual name for the Dodgers starting pitcher tonight. Eovaldi, E-O-V-A-L-D-I. But you don't hear the O in his name. It's just right. Eovaldi.
You got to be careful with those silent letters and names.
Jerry Hairston pretty much straightforward. Yesterday Hairston hit 7th. Back in the 7-hole tonight. He was in the 2-hole on Monday for the opener. Jerry with a couple of hits in his first 2 starts. A rare guy who can play plus defense in the infield and the outfield. Hairston is one of those players.
Which is why teams that are heading to the postseason or hope to get to the postseason love to have a guy like Hairston. So valuable off the bench. You can move him around infield, outfield. He'll give you a good solid at bat. That veteran influence on the bench late in the ball game.
And Hairston, a World Series champion. He was part of that New York Yankees club. 2009, won the World Series. So he brings some postseason experience as well. 3 balls and a strike, and Hairston gets under one. Matt Kemp coming in to make the play for the final out. 3 up and 3 down. Eovaldi goes through the Brewers order. When we come back, we'll visit with Marcus Hanel, the Brewers bullpen catcher. Of Fox Sports Wisconsin, by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, your ticket to more, and by Subway. Try our $5 featured footlong of the month. Subway, where winners eat. Oh, they're still packing them in. All the seats taken tonight. Beautiful Miller Park on a Wednesday night for baseball. No score as we head to the 3rd inning, and we're pleased to be joined out in that Brewers bullpen. Marcus Hanel, bullpen catcher. Always great to have you, Marcus. Thanks for giving us a little time during the ball game. Hopefully, you're not going to have much going on here with Greinke off to a pretty good start. But tell us how Zach Greinke looked today in his pregame warm-up session.
You know, he was just working on staying on line, dominating that fastball command, and man, he looked pretty free and easy. And when it's coming out of his hand like that, you're looking for a lot of innings from him, and hopefully a good dominating game.
Well, we certainly appreciate you wearing the microphone for us. We've heard some samplings already of some of the serious stuff and some of the fun stuff. So thanks for wearing the microphone. Now, are you getting iced a little bit by your bullpen mates? Do they know you're on a hot mic tonight?
They do know, but you know, these guys, they're all right with it. I don't think it's going to slow them down one bit.
Having some fun out in that bullpen. As Greinke strikes out Justin Sellers for the first out of this 3rd inning. Marcus, any goings on down there in the bullpen that we should know about? Any pranks that we should know about?
There's always stuff going on, but yesterday was a pretty good one. One of the pitchers came down early and eye blacked the earpiece of the phone down here. And before the game, the phone rang, and Stan answered the phone. And for an inning and a half, he didn't know what was going on until a bug went in his ear. And he swiped at it, and he saw an extreme high amount of eye black on his left hand. And he realized he had been pranked pretty good. It was hard to keep it quiet. That was something. It looked like a huge earmuff on his ear the whole time as he was walking around. Yeah, there's stuff goes on here all the time. So that was one of the better ones so far.
Stan's had a tough week. You got the shaving cream pie earlier in the week, and now the telephone. But tell us a little bit about Coos for Kids and what's going on with that. That's coming up, right?
Yeah, 7th annual dinner. We'll have Bluer players and coaches coming down. It's all to raise money to help terminally ill, disadvantaged kids in southeastern Wisconsin. And you know, in the years, it's really grown to be quite of an impact in the community. And I really believe it's a community project, and really fortunate for all the support I get. Last year we bought 700 brand new coats for some kids of need. We have a Challenger Baseball League that we run during the summer for kids who don't get an opportunity to feel like a kid. So it's a very good opportunity for the sport, the community.
Coos, we appreciate your time. We're going to promote Coos for Kids, and we're going to continue to hear from you on that wireless microphone that's hidden inside your jersey.
Hey, I hope all the innings are this quick, huh?
Thanks, Coos. Marcus Hannell. Yeah, we'll be talking more about Coos for Kids when we come back. Us. He's got a microphone. He'll be on the rest of the night with us, and we certainly want to promote his event, Coos for Kids. You can go to coos4kids.com, and you can purchase tickets. It's a dinner and auction Sunday, August 28th at the Racine Festival Hall, and you can purchase tickets at Ticketmaster, or you can go to the Racine Festival Hall box office. A bunch of the Brewers will be there. I'll be there. Ron Renicky is coming. Jeremy Riddle is the entertainment that night. The Bucks Rim Rockers will be there, so you have a bunch of Brewers players signing autographs. There's a big auction going on and a concert, and they raise a ton of money, and it's a great cause. We didn't get a lot of time with Coos because of the fast inning, but we are behind it.
They do a lot of good work in the community. They really do.
Jonathan Lucroy in the right center field. That's going to get down, and it bounces up and out of here. Lucroy with a ground rule double. Good way to start the third inning. It was interesting that Marcus Hannell between innings was saying this pitcher Evaldi, he looks like he's got a good fastball, but the Brewers squaring up on a number of pitches early.
No, and it's all hard stuff, really. He's only maybe throwing one or two curveballs. There's that cutter we've been talking about. He's got that late cut, not a big cut on it, just enough to perhaps get it off the barrel of the bat when he puts it where he wants to. But that pitch up and out over the plate, and Jonathan able to square it up and knock it out of here on one hop.
Lucroy safe and secure. New York Life. So a leadoff double, and that gives Greinke a chance to either drive in a run or try to get a bunt down and advance Lucroy at the top of the order coming up. Greinke squares early and gets a bunt down. A beauty. Navarro makes his only play, sacrifice bunt.
Well, they have been very good at executing the sacrifice bunt lately. Brewer pitchers and whoever Ron Renicky asked to go up there and drop down a bunt, they have been able to do it. It's the little things that the Brewers have been doing since the All-Star break. Good technique by Greinke. Gets the barrel of the bat out, up above the handle, and able to deaden it right in front of home plate. Well done.
So Greinke with a sacrifice. Renicky brought him on last Saturday, the day after he pitched, to drop down a bunt. Does it while he's in the game here. Breaking ball gets away from Eovaldi.
And dropping down sacrifice bunt and driving in runs with sacrifice flies have been something the Brewers have done a very good job of lately.
Runner at third with one away. Infield in for the Dodgers as Eovaldi misses inside. Corey Hart flew out to center field in the first inning. Sitting on 18 home runs this year. He's got a chance to put the Brewers on top. Gives you an idea how runs have been at a premium in this series. Mattingly bringing his infield in with a runner at third base. One out in the third inning. Ball four, walked him on 4 straight. First and third with one out.
And we'll see what Don Mattingly does with his infield. A lot of times you bring the middle of the infield back to set up the double play, but Nigel's a tough guy to double up.
And when Morgan is at the plate, always a threat to bunt. Renicky has used the safety squeeze and the suicide squeeze a great deal this year. It backfired on him yesterday. Betancourt missed the sign yesterday. Well, Morgan slashes one left field line that is slicing foul and in the seats.
A lot of hard stuff from Eovaldi. Not too many off-speed pitches that he's been able to throw for strikes. As Marcus was mentioning, the Brewers pretty good at squaring up the fastballs and sliders.
And Morgan hit by a pitch. That caught a piece of him. Well, a fastball in tight, got a piece of the elbow of Niger Morgan. And the bases are loaded now for the Brewers with Ryan Braun coming to the plate.
Yeah, Eovaldi's having a tough time coming in on both lefties and righties. Almost hit Corey Hart. He tried to come in on Braun, left it out over the plate, and Brawny smashed one into right.
Now the stage is set here. Braun with the bases loaded and one out. And a single last time against Eovaldi to right field. He shot one through the hole between first and second. Dodgers turned a beautiful double play in that first inning to get out of the mess. And that one misses. A cut fastball. So command an issue for Eovaldi in this third inning. Well, the Brewers started the day with the 4th highest batting average in the National League as a team, 261. They haven't scored a lot of runs lately, but they haven't needed them. And a chance for a boatload here right now. A strike.
Yeah, right back to the cutter. Well, they tried to come in on him his first time up, left it out over the plate. Let's see if they try to do it again.
Braun swings and what a catch! Sellers, and he'll turn that into a double play. Justin Sellers is having quite a day defensively for the Dodgers. He has started 2 double plays. The Brewers come up empty in the third inning. What a catch. A couple of golden opportunities to score, but some outstanding defense by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, look at Justin Sellers once again. He made a heck of a play to turn a double play on Prince in the first inning and saved Eovaldi a couple of runs with that play.
Justin Sellers, rookie shortstop, getting a lot of playing time in the absence of D. Gordon, who's the big prospect shortstop in the Dodgers organization, the son of Flash Gordon, Tom Gordon. Gordon's on the disabled list with a shoulder injury, so Sellers getting a chance and making the most of it as Casey Blake bounces one out to Hairston for the out. That leads us to our carsoup.com email the booth question tonight. Always encourage you to get interactive with us here on the broadcast. Travis wants to know what has been the biggest surprise about this Brewers team to you guys this season.
I guess it's got to be the pitching. Everybody, I think, anticipated the starting pitching to be much better than it was last year with the acquisitions. You know, a year older, but I really don't think anybody thought that the starting rotation would be this good for this long. The other thing is John Axford backing up a pretty good rookie season as a closer. That was a big question mark coming in. Could Axford, who really never had done much, you know, as far as success at any level, really, you know, before last year, could he back it up? And he certainly has.
Well, John Axford has had a big homestand. He saved his 35th game on Monday. Now 32 consecutive saves for the Brewers. Those questions came early and often. Remember, Axford blew a save on opening day, and then they had another April blown save against the Phillies, and that's been it for Ron Renicky. He has not blown a save since, and just 2 all season. He's been one of the elite closers in the game, and when you have a back of the bullpen that is in place, a reliable back of the bullpen, and then the addition of Francisco Rodriguez, essentially 2 closers in the last 2 spots of that pen in the 8th and the 9th. That can shorten a game, and it can change the mentality of not just a pitching staff but an offense as well.
Yeah, especially when you only have to really cover, you know, in a bad case scenario, 5-inning start. 6th and 7th inning. If you have a lead after that, I mean, the Brewers are looking pretty good with the way those 2 guys at the end have been throwing, and it doesn't get much better than that. In the last 29 games, look at what the starting and pitching has been able to do. A 246 earned run average, 224 opponent batting average, and look at the record, 17-5 for the Brewers starting rotation, and they've only needed 6 starters all year, the fewest of any team in Major League Baseball.
And that 6th starter, Marco Estrada, will get the ball tomorrow as Kemp fouls one back. It was Estrada who filled in for Greinke, a broken rib before games began at spring training. And Greinke missed the first month of the season. Estrada filled in for him nicely, held serve. And it's Estrada filling in for Chris Narveson. Recently, he'll make his 2nd start tomorrow, matching up against Clayton Kershaw. So health has been a factor and a lot of success. You don't go through a season with just 6 in your rotation, and for the most part it's been just the 5 without good health and good success, especially from that 4th and 5th spot in the starting rotation. Those are usually the vulnerable spots.
Yeah, Brewers starters with 76 quality starts, only the Phillies with more, and they've already had more than they had last year.
Kemp on the ground, Betancourt in and out of his glove, and Kemp will reach. So it's going to be 1st and 2nd with 1 out. He had no chance to get 2, but certainly a play at 2nd. That'll be an error on Betancourt. And our Dodge Ram game reset. No score as we play in the 4th. Nathan Eovaldi's benefited from some terrific defense, specifically from their shortstop, Justin Sellers. Now Greinke has to go to work, a walk and an error. That's the 15th error on Betancourt this year. Two on, 1 away with Aaron Miles at the plate.
When you think of number 5 hitters in Major League Baseball, you don't think of Aaron Miles too much. He's more of a number 2 hitter. When you look at the Dodgers lineup, you would think, all things being equal, Casey Blake would be normally the number 5 hitter and Aaron Miles the 2 hitter, but it's flip-flop for Mattingly here tonight.
Looks like Mattingly has 2 lineups in one. As Miles to center field, that is going to fall, and they'll hold the runner around third. Morgan picked it up on a short hop, almost a terrific catch, which would have started a double play. Might even have been able to get that one at second base with ease, but a short hop.
He got it in there quickly. Aaron Miles, not known for his power, but able to center on this one, and you can see a short hop from Morgan, gets it in quickly, and because of that, Andre Ethier has to stay at third base. Now a double play can get the Brewers out of the inning.
And now it is the Dodgers who have the bases loaded. Brewers had the bases loaded last inning. A line drive out that turned into a double play off the bat of Braun ended the frame. James Loney, who flew out his last time up. Loney was the man at the plate that started the triple play for the Brewers. 4-6-3-2 triple play here on Monday night, and then later in that game Loney bounced into a double play. 2 swings of the bat for Loney produced 5 outs. Another slow curve in there for a strike. Ethier, Kemp, and Miles aboard. A walk, an error, and a single. Ball and 2 strikes. You look at this this lineup, Rock. It's almost like Mattingly saying, Matt Kemp's probably going to hit some home runs. We'll just start the lineup over with Aaron Miles.
I think Don Manning just trying to find something that's going to work in this batting order. They just have had a tough time all year scoring runs.
The late inning relievers have now arrived. They have their routine. Everybody's got something. Even Kuz. It's a lot of free time on their hands. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Greinke strikes him out. Great play by Lucroy to save the run as well. And that is the 4th strikeout for Zach Greinke.
Well, there's that devastating slider. That's his strikeout pitch. And James Loney swinging at a pitch that bounces about a foot in front of home plate. That's a heck of a job by Jonathan to keep it in front of him. They have to save a run. Boy, Loney just not seeing the baseball very well right now. There's the grip. Then you slide the fingers off the side of the baseball. You get the rotation, and that's the slider.
It's a big out. Greinke needed a strikeout. And now 2 gone for Leonard Navarro. See Navarro's numbers with the bases loaded. Has 2 career grand slams. He and Rod Barajas splitting time behind the plate for the Dodgers. Barajas got the start last night. In there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Navarro. Switch hitting catcher. He's hitting just .204 this year combined coming in. .207 as a left-handed hitting catcher.
Yeah, but he does have some pop in his bat. You've got to be careful. He's got the 5 home runs.
On the ground, fielder scoops it up. He'll take it to the bag, and the Dodgers strand the bases loaded. Neither pitcher giving just yet. No score. Bottom 4.
Last night here at Miller Park and online at Brewers.com, the Brewers Community Foundation held their ultimate auction. The auction raised $28,577 total, which included a final tally of $1,250 to have lunch with Brian and Bill. So you guys were able to get that money up and raise it for a good cause, guys.
Wait.
Yeah.
Telly,
Hold on.
Who's the lunch with?
Just you two.
No.
I had to take myself out of it so you could get more money.
You're in, pal.
I saw you put your name on there.
Yes, sir. Brian, Bill, and Telly. That's why it spiked. So the three of us will be there with bells on.
When it was just you and I, it was like 550, right?
We couldn't get any movement out of it.
Telly goes on there, it doubles.
Yep. It's going to be nice having Telly. Telling stories, injury reports.
Tab's going to go up considerably, but oh well, we're not paying.
Fielder slices one, foul in the seats. It's nice to see the auction last night, see how much money they raised. Great cause. 0-2 pitch. Fielder late fouls it back.
Well, they got the big shift on for Prince. They didn't have that a couple of nights ago. It's pretty much straight away with the left-hander on the mound. You got Casey Blake playing where the shortstop ordinarily would be.
Fielder gets under this one, back out of play in the seats. Well, the Brewers have been knocking at the door. They had 2 on with 1 out in the first inning. Fielder smoked one to the left side, and a great play by Sellers to start a 6-4-3 double play. An even better play from Aaron Miles on that double play.
Yeah, Sellers has saved Eovaldi 3 runs at least in this game.
LA native Justin Sellers playing for his hometown team. Well, 2 sparkling plays. This was in the first inning. Sellers starting the 6-4-3, and then Ryan Braun rips one. Sellers lays out, and that started a double play to end the third. The Brewers had the bases loaded with 1 out. Coming up empty on both occasions as Fielder tomahawks this one into left. It'll be Tony Gwynn to make the catch for out number 1. Let's bring Telly back in here. Telly, a lot of injury updates today from Brewers manager Ron Renicky.
Yeah, that's right, BA, and everyone progressing really well. We'll start with Ricky Weeks, who rehabs every day up until game time, and we're not talking about just getting ice on the trainer's table. He goes through a rigorous exercise workout, and it's all geared towards strengthening that ankle. He gets on a treadmill. He takes ground balls. He's in the batting cage. He actually started swinging a couple days ago. Chris Narveson had his stitches removed on Monday. He had a bullpen session yesterday, about 45 pitches, and he says he feels fine. He's just waiting for that cut to heal completely. And finally, Carlos Gomez, we see him every day before games taking some fly balls in the outfield. He's been running around the bases. He looks great, and he told me the only problem right now is it's not a lot of pain. He says it just feels heavy, and it's just all about strengthening that shoulder / collarbone area to get to where he wants to be. He started taking some swings off a tee in the batting cage, but he said he can't swing 100% right now. So everyone's ahead of schedule, and they all seem to be on a fast track to recovery.
Well, and that is great news, and all very important pieces to this club. Narveson, the Brewers' 5th starter, out with a thumb injury, hurt his thumb trying to repair a glove. He actually sliced his thumb. It required 8 stitches, but that healing process is underway. And Ricky Weeks rolled his ankle. A couple of ligaments were stretched.
Man, he was taking some ground balls on the field today before batting practice. He looked pretty good, not moving around all that great, but at least he's out there.
Narveson working on that thumb as we speak. On his left hand, his throwing hand.
And I was sitting up here early today, and I was watching Gomez go from home on a home run, home all around the bases, all the way into home plate. And
home to home?
Yeah, home to home. It was unbelievable. I love watching that guy run.
Did you get a stopwatch on him?
I did not.
Because that would have been nice.
Nothing wrong with his legs, that's for sure.
Gomez fractured his clavicle, his collarbone. And they put a plate on that fractured piece because of the way Gomez plays, and you saw it even when he's working out today, but because of the way he plays, he's a head first slider, plays it all out. They want to make sure the bone's completely healed under that plate before they bring him back. And that's why they're just waiting for that bone to heal and Carlos to go 100%. But you figure by September, if everything goes along as it is, as Telly mentioned, all of the pieces will be back. Snap throw, McGee just back. Navarro never afraid to show off that arm.
You always know when a catcher has a good arm when you see him throwing behind runners. You see Molina do it with the Cardinals, and Navarro not afraid to throw behind a runner and try and pick him off.
Uni down in the count, 1-2. Just got a piece of that one. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. No score as of yet. Bottom of the 4th inning. McGee reaching on an error by Blake. Don't see Casey Blake make errors very often. Only his 7th of the year. Nathan Eovaldi. He's got Betancourt down to ball and 2 strikes, and that one's in the air. Second baseman Miles wants it. Fair territory for out number 2. All right, Rock, our AT&T trivia tonight. Which 6 MLB teams did Brewers manager Ron Renicky play for? He was a bounce around backup outfielder, left-handed thrower. He was telling a story the other day when he was with the Phillies, and I just gave you one of the 6. When he was with the Phillies, he was hitting in front of Mike Schmidt, and he said, what a great spot in the lineup to hit in front of Mike Schmidt. And he ended up playing every day, and he had a good year that year, and it looked like he was gonna finally get himself established as a major league player. And he said somebody came to him, and it might have been Mike Schmidt, who said, well, you're really doing well. You got a chance to get paid. That was his year for free agency, and the wheels started turning, and
got in his head.
And he said he never recovered from it. He had one of the worst years of his career the next season, and he said he learned a great lesson, and it's those kind of experiences that he can, with expertise, pass along to his players these days.
Yeah, that's what separates the good ones in the major leagues, able to do it year after year. I mean, everybody that is in the big leagues and gets there at some point has the ability to do it. It's just a matter of being consistent enough to do it day in and day out, year after year. Those are the guys that are special, and those are the guys that get paid. There's 2 of them.
Hart signing a multi-year contract, and of course Ryan Braun signed up till the end of time, as Hairston sends one to right, and Ethier will run it down, side retired. Eovaldi 4 scoreless on the board.
Handshakes.
We got to have one with Jeff. You know, he takes care of our mound, so we kind of just incorporated a little sweeping action.
Jeff's in it.
You know, Jeff has been down in the Brewers bullpen, even in the days when I was catching at County Stadium. So he's been around a while. He knows all the handshakes.
I love the sweep, though.
Jeff on the left.
The sweeper with the whistle. That's great. How many bags of chips you think Jeff crushes a game? He's down in there with the chips, working it hard, keeping things in order.
It's tough work down there, getting Miller Park ready every day.
Work up an appetite. Just whistling while you work.
With Jeff. You know, he takes care of our mound, so we kind of just incorporated a little sweeping action.
A little sweeping action. Because I'm sure Jeff does a lot of sweeping down there in the bullpen.
Right. Is that what a sweepering motion sounds like?
Yeah, you know, you put a little. That's like, kind of like the Seven Dwarves, you know. Right. You got to whistle while you work.
Yeah.
2-2 the count on Sellers, and a swing and a miss. Greinke strikes out the rookie shortstop. Second time he's punched him out. The 5th strikeout for the game.
Hey, tonight's time of the game winner is the 5 Pillars in Random Lake. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game for April and May of next year. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Zach Greinke, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks so far, facing the pitcher Eovaldi. All of his strikeouts, the swinging variety so far tonight, indicated by the forward K. There's a swinging strike, and it's 0-2. Eovaldi does have a hit. He's 1 out of 5 this year. Promoted from Double-A to the big leagues. He's 21 years of age. And a swing and a miss. Greinke makes quick work of his mound opponent. 6 strikeouts for Zach Greinke. And back to our AT&T trivia. Which 6 MLB teams did Brewers manager Ron Roenicke play for? The Dodgers, the Mariners, Padres, Giants, Phillies, and the Reds. Finished his career with the Reds in their minor league system. First round draft pick out of UCLA in 1977. Left-handed hitting, left-handed throwing outfielder, and a very fast runner. When he was a member of the Dodgers, Los Angeles was headed for the postseason. There's a bunt. Fielder scoops it up. Greinke there, and the ball pops free. Tony Gwynn with a bunt hit. Tough play for Fielder to connect with Greinke, and Gwynn's speed. He legs it out for an infield single.
Yeah, that was a perfect bunt by Tony Gwynn. I mean, you can't roll it out there much better than that. You know, once you get Prince to vacate the bag, the ball gets by the mound, and you know, with Gwynn's speed, that's going to be a hit. Prince did a nice job making it close. Even if Greinke catches it, I think Gwynn is safe. Ordinarily not a good play to bunt with 2 outs and nobody on, but with Gwynn's speed, he can steal second and get into scoring position. Normally with 2 outs and nobody on, you want to swing your way, maybe hit a double, but when you can steal bases, it changes things a bit.
And Gwynn has 19 steals. Greinke almost picked him off in the first inning. Career high for stolen bases for Tony Gwynn. Just to finish the thought on Roenicke's playing career, he said it's one of his best opportunities to play in the postseason. Down the stretch, the Dodgers in a pennant race, and he rolled his ankle trying to leg out an infield hit. He said it was almost An identical play to what we saw Ricky Weeks go through. And he could not get back. He never made it back, and was not on that postseason roster for the Dodgers that year. So it was a playing career of missed opportunities for Renicky. Hopefully not as a manager. Well, Blake flies out. Zach Greinke, 5 scoreless on the board. The Brewers coming to bat. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers. No score. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brewers coming up. Jonathan Lucroy leads off in front of a sellout crowd tonight at Miller Park, bursting at the seams here at Miller Park. And Lucroy, Greinke, and then to the top of the order, Corey Hart. Nathan Eovaldi has given up some hard hit balls, but still working on a shutout through the first 4 innings. It has been a homestand full of good luck for the Brewers. Running into some bad luck here tonight. Fielder and Braun robbed of base hits and potential RBIs.
Yeah, and it's been a homestand filled with zeros on the scoreboard. There hasn't been many runs scored in this entire homestand. Not many crooked number innings.
Brewer pitching has given up just 4 runs on the homestand, 2 in the last 4 games. Brewers had a 1-0 shutout on the Pirates and a 3-0 shutout against the Dodgers here on Monday. As Lucroy takes a strike, 2-2 the count. Well, despite the lack of run support, Lucroy is now 6 for 15 on the homestand. That includes a pinch hit home run. 9 homers, 50 ribbies for Lucroy. And a swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. Well, Kosuke Inaje, the interpreter for Brewers pitcher Takashi Saito, appreciates his unique job. Log on to foxsportswisconsin.com to find out why. We thought we were going to have Kosuke on during our inning with Marcus Hanel to translate for Marcus, who speaks a fluent Racine. It's Greinke backhanded by Blake. And Greinke is out. 2 gone in the inning.
A fluent Racine.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
And Kosuke can translate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Kosuke's from California.
I know that. That's what's so amazing about it.
Yeah. I mean, a guy from California can translate Racine. That's doing something.
And Japanese.
Yeah.
Corey Hardwick 2 away. I wonder what kind of grief Kosuke Inaji deals with on a nightly basis down there. You can only imagine. Probably why he's sitting up there. He's a great guy.
Yes, he is.
Very personable.
Can't be easy what he does. You wonder what Kosuke was doing while Saito was spending so much time on the disabled list. Wasn't at the ballpark. He was following Kosuke around town, I would imagine.
Good work if you can get it. Different world down there. And we're bringing you some of the sounds of the bullpen tonight, courtesy of Marcus Hanel. Looks like it's K-Rod's turn to hold court.
And usually always directed at Stan down there in the bullpen, isn't it?
That's right. Stan Kyle's the bullpen coach right next to the phone. There is nothing like a bullpen setting in all of sports. And you would know because you spent a lot of years down there.
I spent the majority of my career down in bullpens. Good ones, bad ones.
Hard into right center. This one won't carry. As Kemp makes the play. And Nathan Eovaldi still working on a shutout through the first 5 innings. No score at Miller Park.
Hopefully not, but the rate they're going, they'll have diabetes. 4 Cokes a day.
Let's tell the truth.
Hovering around the kitchen all the time.
One
At
Coke.
least Marcus will mix in a salad.
I would salad every day.
That other guy, honey bun, now later, slow poach.
That was LaTroy Hawkins gracefully taking over the microphone. Marcus Hanel. This is great. Oh man, we got. You know what? I'm thinking we might just leave that microphone on him the rest of the year.
What's a slow poke?
Some kind of candy, I assume. As Andre Ethier singles into right field, the Dodgers have a base runner to start the 6th inning.
I am told that a slow poke is a lollipop.
And for more.
What about Charleston Chew?
anything that's chewy.
What about a Mary Jane?
I love me some Mary Janes, but they'll come out too.
Yes, sir. Bullpen is active tonight while the rest of the world works. Now Greinke now with a man on, and Matt Kemp at the plate. Kemp is 0 for 2 against Greinke. He reached on an error his last time up. Another tight one here at Miller Park. Well, the pitching has been off the charts. Dodgers got to feel good about their pitching as well. But they have lost 2 games in this series. Matter of fact, these are the top 2 earned run averages in the month of August. Dodgers with a 2.41 team ERA. The Brewers a 2.51. And the Brewers are 12-2 in the month of August. Big cut from Kemp.
You'd be hard pressed to find a season that the Dodgers have played in Los Angeles where their pitching has not been very good, and their ballpark helps them quite a bit, but that doesn't minimize what their guys have been able to do. Good arms. The Dodgers always seem to come up with some good arms. And this young man throwing tonight for LA has got a pretty good one himself, Eovaldi.
Kempe's swing and a miss. Greinke has made him look bad on a few occasions tonight. That breaking ball been tough. But you just compare the teams, Rock. The Brewers 12-2 in the month of August with that 2.5 ERA. The Dodgers 7-7 and a team ERA of 2.41.
Yeah. He's not able to score runs. It's been a rough year for Don Mattingly and his offense. A lot of guys hurt on and off the disabled list.
Swing at a miss. Greinke strikes out Matt Kemp. Number 7 for Zach Greinke. Second time he has struck out Kemp tonight.
Well, when you have 2 strikes on a hitter, Greinke throws that pitch. Good luck to you right there. Look at the location here. Down in the zone, almost going straight down. That's how good that pitch is, and it breaks very late. I mean, that's the key to a good slider, good breaking ball. The earlier it breaks, the easier it is for a hitter to pick it up and recognize what it is.
That was a great look at the release point for Zach Greinke and the spin on the baseball. So Kemp is retired for the first out. Now it's Aaron Miles. Dodgers have 4 hits. All of them singles. Greinke was able to pitch out of a bases loaded 1-out jam in the 4th inning. I feel like he's pitched a better ball game than Eovaldi, but you look up, Evaldi's only given up 3 hits, and he too working on a shutout at this point. Both teams have committed errors. There's a strike, 2-1. Got an update from Pittsburgh. The Pirates and the Cardinals tonight. Pittsburgh has won the first 2 games of that series, but the Cardinals winning big tonight, 7-2 in the top of the 9th inning. Cardinals lost last night. Pirates walked them off with a Garrett Jones extra inning home run. Matter of fact, it was a 9th inning home run by Neil Walker that tied it, and then Garrett Jones won it in 11. So the Brewers a 7-game lead to start play today.
There's a 2-strike home run by Garrett Jones that bounced into the river in Pittsburgh. That was no cheapie.
Cardinals in control tonight, however. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miles, a half swing. He goes. Greinke rings him up again. Number 8 for Zach Greinke, and now back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single.
Oh, a terrific changeup that time by Greinke. Check it out. It dies as it gets to home plate. Aaron Miles You know, looking fastball just doesn't get there, and another good job by Jonathan to keep it in front of him.
See that speed discrepancy. Greinke's fastball as high as 95. The curveball, that slow curveball at 68. Well, he has them all of the pitches. Fastball, curveball, slider, change. And with every start, he looks more and more like the Greinke of 2009. That was a Cy Young Award year for him.
And as we talked about on our broadcast open tonight, it all started about the end of June when he started to use all of his pitches. Broke out a good change-up against the Tampa Bay Rays. And since that time, I mean, the change-up, the curveball have been good complements to the fastball and the slider. And when you can throw all those pitches for strikes, which he's been able to do because he very rarely walks a batter, it makes the fastball even more effective.
Well, Greinke falling behind James Loney 2-0. Loney was a big out for Greinke in the fourth. He was up with the bases loaded and one gone. And Greinke struck him out. That's that next level that Greinke has, that strikeout ability to get him out of jams. 83 pitches for Greinke. 2 outs in the 6th inning. The Brewers will have Morgan, Braun, and Fielder coming up in the bottom of the 6th as Greinke zips a fastball in there for a strike. Loney's having a down season as well. Dodgers at one point boasting 3 players from their system, the big 3, Loney, Ethier, and Kemp. Kemp has taken off. Ethier and Loney have had down years this year. As that one missed outside, ball 4. And now 2 on with 2 out. Now get all your high school football action on Fox Sports Prep Zone. Log on to foxsportswisconsin.com. Click on the Prep Zone tab to watch up to 4 high school football games all at one time, live each week. Log on Friday at 7 p.m. to watch this week's featured games. La Crosse Logan at Eau Claire Memorial, Milton and DeForest, Homestead at Hartford, and Kimberly at Oshkosh West. Just text Prep Zone to 234-234 to access the mobile application. You got video clips. All those videos can be shared with family and friends via Facebook and Twitter. So what a great thing this day and age.
Yep, football right around the corner. Where has this summer gone? Some good football in Wisconsin, partner.
Yeah, it's getting started a week early this year. Now Greinke with 2 on and 2 out. Facing Deoner Navarro.
Pitch count still in pretty good shape for Zach. He's at 87 pitches so far tonight.
But walking a tightrope in a scoreless game. Dodgers are a swing away from taking the lead here as Navarro chased that big curveball. That would 71 miles per hour.
And that's what we were talking about. You know, he's in a fastball count. You know, Navarro's got him 1-0 in the count, and he drops that curveball on you. And that's what makes you a winner. And you don't have to throw fastballs when hitters are looking for them.
First and second, 2 gone. Greinke fires, and a fastball right by him. 1-2 the count on Navarro.
So if you throw a curveball on 1-0, what are you looking for as a hitter on the next pitch? He elevates the fastball at 93. Well, that really gets into your head when you're up there at the plate when a pitcher does that.
You can almost see the wheels turning for Navarro going through this sequence. Crowd wants a strikeout. Greinke a chance to strike out the side here. The 1-2 and a little half swing. They'll ask if he went. No, he didn't, says Mike Everett. 2-2 the count on Navarro.
He's gone fastball, curveball, fastball, changeup. He almost got him to bite on the changeup. There's just no trying to figure out what Greinke's going to throw you no matter what the count.
Lucroy has done a great job tonight blocking pitches. 2-2. And that one, Greinke stabs it on a hop. And a throw to first to get the out of the inning. That one was headed for center field. Zach Greinke showing some outstanding glove work on the mound. One of the best fielding pitchers in baseball. He shows it off right there to get him out of an inning. Reminding you to please play responsibly. By Airtran. Go, there's nothing stopping you. And by the Miller Lite Vortex bottle. Taste greatness.
Now it's a showdown of the top two teams in the Central to close out the month of August and start the stretch run. The Cardinals make their final visit to Miller Park on August 30th through September 1st. Tickets are going fast. So get yours by calling 414-902-4000 or go to Brewers.com.
Yeah, hoping to pack the park for that one. That will be the back end of a two-team homestand. The Cubs in for 3 and then the Cardinals. No score, top of the 6th in the books. Brewers coming up in the home 6th. Brewers with a 7-game lead over the Cardinals. St. Louis is leading 7-2 over the Pirates in the 9th inning. And the 21-year-old Nathan Eovaldi able to put up 5 shutout innings thus far. Got Nigel Morgan leading off. He'll be followed by Braun, then fielder. Aaron Miles moves over to third base. And Jamie Carroll is now at second. I'm not sure why Blake is out of the game. No reason just yet, but you could say that Blake did not look like himself tonight. He's been nursing a neck injury all season. I'm not sure if he re-aggravated it or not. Saw an error from Blake earlier in this game. Don Mattingly is keeping a close eye on his young pitcher, Eovaldi. There's a plan in place for the Dodgers with this 21-year-old right-hander to scale him back as the season moves on. They don't want to get him out too far ahead of his career innings. And you figure he has about 30 to 40 innings remaining this year. If the math is correct, the Dodgers have been contemplating, Rock, whether to just continue him in the rotation and then shut him down, or put him in the bullpen and let him be a part of the team the rest of the season.
Yeah, you always have to keep in mind this kid has had Tommy John surgery. It was before he became a pro. He was in actually high school after his junior year. So he was able to bounce back, get drafted, and before this year he was in the low minors from 08 to 2010.
Dodgers talked him out of a baseball scholarship to Texas A&M, and they pulled out the heavyweights to do it. They got Joe Torre to make a phone call. Chad Billingsley. Dodgers are built for the future. They have another young pitcher named Ruby De La Rosa, who just had Tommy John surgery yesterday, I believe it was. A hard thrower, and he's going to be a year coming back. But they feel like with Evaldi and De La Rosa, you got Ted Lilly signed up for a multi-year deal, and of course Clayton Kershaw and Billingsley in that rotation.
Pitching's not their problem, though.
Right. Offense.
They haven't been able to score runs.
Nigel Morgan out in front, and Miles makes the play. 1 out.
Hey, follow the crew at the MLB.com @Bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and much, much more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit Brewers.com for details.
I think the mullet's coming back, Rock. I think you got a shot here. That's a Bill Schroeder look, circa 1984, right?
Yeah.
You put a little spritz back there, though, didn't you? You spritzed it up a little.
I didn't use gel or spritz or hairspray at all back in those days.
Good old-fashioned country sweat.
I think a mullet looks pretty good, but you know, back in the day, but not when it's gray, and that's what mine would be now. Better off keeping it short, trimming it up. Brody's got some hair going. He's got some locks coming out of that helmet.
Yeah. Back into that phase. Braun had a base hit in the first. He was robbed of a hit. A great play by Justin Sellers. A diving catch on a line drive with the bases loaded. He turned it into a double play to end the inning. And it feels like the Brewers could have a 3-4, 5-run lead in this game already, but you got to give credit to Evaldi. Since that line drive out and a double play in the third, he has shut down the Brewers. He has not given up a hit since. Lucroy had the last base hit. That was a double in the third inning.
And Evaldi's basically doing it with 2 pitches. He's doing it with the fastball and really hasn't had that big fastball tonight. And we were told he can stretch it up into about 96, but we haven't seen it. Fastball, cutter, basically that's it. 2 pitches, and he's been able to get through the Brewers' order.
Well, in that Brewers 1-0 win against the Pirates, it was Yuniesky Betancourt with the home run. In the 3-0 win against the Dodgers on Monday, Braun had a home run in the 4th inning. 2-2 on the way. Outside, ball 3. 3-2 now on Braun with Fielder due up next. Braun second in the league in hitting to start play today. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And that one is just off the plate. Ryan Braun draws the walk. And he'll turn it over to Prince Fielder with a man aboard. Good at bat for Braun. Now you wonder if Braun's going to try to run here with Fielder at the plate.
The way this young man's been throwing the baseball, it might not be a bad idea to try to get into scoring position. Relatively slow to home plate. He's got that little bit of a hitch at the bottom of his windup.
And a check on Braun. Close play. One of the benefits of having a left-handed first baseman, that quick tag right to the body. Braun has 23 steals this year. He's been caught just 4 times. 23 stolen bases match his home run output this season.
He's only been thrown out 4 times.
And another check on him. It's all a mathematical equation, and it was popularized by the Dodger first base coach, Davey Lopes. I think Lopes was the first base coach that took the science of base running, and he certainly did it as a player, but he just does the math with the pitcher to the plate, how fast he is to the plate, and how fast his base runner is. And Garth Ordge, like Davey Lopes, he has no problem just, even in earshot of the opposition, just spitting out the times.
Right. Well, if a pitcher is anywhere under about 1.4, maybe 1.3 seconds from the time he starts his motion toward home plate till it gets to the catcher, and that's a pretty good time. That's pretty quick.
Fielder pulls one into right, a base hit. And Braun will stop at second. The strong throwing arm of Ethier has put the red light up on a couple of occasions for the Brewer base runners. Prince Fielder with a single, his first hit of the night, and Milwaukee first and second, 1 out.
Yeah, the Brewers' first hit since that Jonathan Lucroy leadoff double in the 3rd inning. They got that pitch up in the strike zone. That might have actually been the changeup from Eovaldi, and he left it up in the strike zone, and Prince able to wade back and bang it into right.
So here is McGee, first and second. One gone in the inning. A base hit will score Braun. Dodgers set up for a double play. Los Angeles has already had 2 double plays in this game. And a fastball missed. 95 with the heater that time on McGee. Bullpen starts to spring into action. Josh Lindblom. Pitch count right now for Eovaldi at 86. It's a tough call for a manager. They want to protect this arm, and Mattingly saying they'd like to keep him in that 90 to 100 range pretty much every time out, as long as he's in the starting rotation. But here's a spot in a scoreless game, and Eovaldi is trying to pitch to a decision.
Yeah, this is a learning process for the young man. He's in trouble late in the ball game, and Manning allowed to try to get himself out of it.
And a swing and a miss. Back to the fastball. That one had some hair on it, too.
95 miles an hour. He can add a little bit extra when he needs it, but fairly straight.
Nathan Eovaldi. Well, he looks like he is something special for the Dodgers. Brewers trying to solve the riddle. 2 on, 1 out. That's what's impressive about Eovaldi, though. He has great composure on the mound. He's managing the running game, doing all the things that young pitchers typically struggle with.
And particularly when they're in trouble, they're just thinking about making a good pitch, forgetting about the base runners. They're trying to hold Braun close to second.
The 1-1. McGee takes it inside. So now McGee has the count in his favor. Haven't had many opportunities with a runner in scoring position. The 2 they had turned into double plays, and both of them hit well. That was Fielder and Braun, who had at-bats with runners in scoring position tonight. Three balls and a strike. And that's ball 4. Casey McGee draws the walk. So Eovaldi nibbling too much, and the bases are loaded again for the Brewers. Just 1 out in the 6th.
Yeah, went with a cut fastball on the 3-1 count. Tried to get Casey to roll over on and maybe get the double play, but Casey with a good eye at the plate, very patient, And it missed the outside corner.
Rick Honeycutt on his way to the mound, the Dodger pitching coach, after some instructions from Don Mattingly. Well, a reminder, Fox Sports Wisconsin Outdoors showcases the ultimate in outdoor programming. Every Saturday and Sunday morning, experience everything from the pursuit of fish and game to exploring the best weekend destinations. Fox Sports Wisconsin Outdoors, presented by Menards, Saturdays 6 a.m., Sundays 8 a.m., only on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Part of a sellout crowd tonight. Bernie's ready to do some sliding here this evening. 42,804 the attendance. And the 23rd sellout of the year. Brewers look like they're well on their way to a 3 million across the turnstile this season. Great fans. And they're ready to cheer.
And certainly no reason to leave early. Not the way this homestand has been going. Right down to the wire every night.
Here's Betancourt now. 0 for 2. Rooney a ground out and a pop up. There's a strike on the corner. Ryan Braun over at third. He walked with 1 out. Fielder singled. And McGee drew a walk. So 3 big sluggers on base, and now the supporting cast trying to deliver the Brewers into the lead here. Betancourt in the center. Kemp coming in. Got a late break. He makes the catch. And no chance to score. And there is out number 2.
And he reached for a cut fastball. Betancourt, out on his front foot a little bit. Not staying back quite as well as he was earlier. And a lazy fly to center. The young man 1 out away from getting out of a bases loaded mess again.
Even with Braun's speed, no chance to score on a fly ball like that. And Eovaldi with 2 outs. Now Jerry Hairston. Hairston getting his 3rd consecutive start for Milwaukee in this series. He's had a hit in each of the first 2 games. He's 0 for 2 tonight against Eovaldi. Brewers need a big hit. Jerry Hairston's last home run was a grand slam. It was against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium as a member of the Washington Nationals. Big cut and a miss. Hairston doesn't hit many. Has just 4 home runs this season. And a broken hand earlier this year. Came back from that injury. Proved he was ready to swing the bat with that grand slam at Dodger Stadium last month.
And this is a guy that you can pretty much count on contact. Dangerous hitter in these situations.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Hairston takes a strike right on the black. Can't do it any better than that if you're Nathan Eovaldi. Does not look like a 21-year-old rookie.
And Navarro's done a nice job getting him through this game. He's kept him nice and relaxed and calling a pretty good game for him out there.
One and 2 on Hairston. Spoils it foul. He's had the fastball as high as 97. He's reached back to get 96 in this inning, which most likely will be his last. Could be his last hitter. Brewers have the bases loaded for the 2nd time tonight. 1-2 pitch. Hairston, foul. Gives you an idea of the stuff of Eovaldi. That was way out of the strike zone, but Hairston dialing it up early, and all he could do was foul it away.
It was another cut fastball, but that one at 90 miles an hour. It gives you also an idea of the plate coverage for Jerry Hairston. Check this out. Talk about tomahawking one. Shoulder high, able to get a piece of it.
Braun ready to run on a pitch in the dirt. Navarro, an excellent catcher, blocking balls. Hairston back up the middle and a base hit. Braun will score. Here comes Prince. The throw to third are going to be in a rundown. Fielder scores. McGee will be cut down at third base. 2 runs are in. A 2-out, 2-strike single by Jerry Hairston. And the Brewers are on the board 2-0. A big hit for Hairston, his biggest as a Brewer. Chance with the bases loaded and comes up big with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning as Hairston makes it a 2-0 Brewer lead.
And that's what we're talking about. Guys like this, guys that make contact and aren't really concerned about hitting out of the ballpark, are most dangerous in these situations. You saw the 2 pitches that he fouled off, clearly out of the strike zone, protecting with 2 strikes, and they finally able to get a mistake by Eovaldi and bang it into center field. Good at bat by Jerry Hairston.
So Eovaldi will exit trailing 2-0. And now the Dodgers coming up against Zach Greinke. Greinke is working on a shutout, a 4-hitter at this point, and Zach has 8 strikeouts. He's issued 3 walks. Unusual that he's walked 3 in this game, but he's been just off the corners. He has struck out Sellers twice tonight already. Despite that hit by Hairston, the Dodgers have to be very pleased with what they've seen out of Nathan Eovaldi. He pitched well in his first couple of starts. Today he showed great composure, handled all parts of the game well. They've got something special here in Eovaldi.
He's got 2 very good pitches. There's no question about that. It's just a matter of Eovaldi being able to come up with something a little bit more off speed. And it seemed as though throughout the game Eovaldi was, really wasn't able to get his pitches in on either lefties or righties. Everything away from just about everybody. He's able to come up with that consistent curveball or a changeup. He's going to be a good one.
That one is in the air to center field. Nigel Morgan is there. Let's take you back to the Hairston at bat.
Well, again, I mean, he's a good contact hitter, and He's fighting off a couple of pitches that are up out of the strike zone, just trying to get himself in a position not to be called out on strikes. He got a high fastball right down the middle and able to bang it into center field. So Hairston's showing you that he can handle the pitch up, even a good fastball. Sneaks it into center field and gives the Brewers a 2-0 lead. That was a tremendous at bat, and that bat that the Brewers expect out of Hairston. That's why they got him.
And Ron Renicky keeps pushing the right buttons, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Giving Hairston the start tonight. Right-handed hitter against the right-handed starter, Evaldi. Typically, Renicky's been going in a platoon at second base with Felipe Lopez as a left-handed batter. Renicky said he had a hunch about Hairston and the way he's played. And Jerry comes up big for the Brewers.
Of course, it always does come down for a manager when he pushes a button for that button to do something, and it's all about the players executing. He has some veteran guys that have done it before, and that's the key to having a well-rounded ball club.
Trent Olchin is the pinch hitter for the Dodgers. Takashi Saito starting to get loose. Olchin off the bench, 2 for 11 as a pinch hitter. And a bouncing ball right to Betancourt. Nice play for out number 2. Zach Greinke just keeps it going. Toyota game summary, Rock. The Brewers with a 2-0 lead now in the top of the 7th. Evaldi is done for the game. 6 innings, 2 runs. And Zach Greinke is doing what he has done over his last 7 starts.
And Zach Greinke doing what every other Brewers starter has done for a good stretch of time, which is why the Brewers can, win these close, low-scoring games. The starting rotation has been exceptional. And that's a kind of a rotation that can get you to the postseason and get you deep into the postseason if they're able to pitch like that the rest of the way.
We said it way back in the spring. The Brewers, their roster, they have the bones of a world championship type ball club. They have the structure. They have multiple starting pitchers who are front of the line rotation pitchers. Markham, Gallardo, Greinke. Randy Wolf has pitched like an ace this year, every bit of an ace, even though he's slotted in that 4th spot. Not that that matters at this point, but you get the dynamic duo and Braun and Fielder, role players who contribute, veterans off the bench. We're starting to put some meat on those bones now as we hit the home stretch of the regular season. Greinke now at 104 pitches. An out away from 7 shutout. He's only given up 4 hits. Tony Gwynn has 2 of them. Full count to Gwynn. And a high fly ball deep right field. That is way back. Hart will look up, and there it goes. Tony Gwynn Jr. with a home run, his first of the season. Power from an unlikely source, and the Dodgers are on the board.
Yeah, big night against his old ball club. 3 hits, including a home run for Tony Gwynn. Had a quick bat. Greinke tried to get him away, left it middle part of the plate, and Gwynn just drops the head of the bat on it, knocks it out of here down the line and right. So the Dodgers able to cut the lead in half.
2-1 Milwaukee, and a bouncing ball over his Hairston. Can he finish it off? The throw dug out by Fielder. A terrific play. Jerry Hairston Jr. First he drives into, and then he finishes the inning with a nice play, and well done by Fielder on the back end. 2-1, the Brewers lead it. Greinke through 7. Well done, Jerry Hairston.
The Dodgers within 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. But one of our storylines we're covering tonight, Zack Greinke again, right on fire. Davey, what have you been impressed with?
Well, I've been impressed with the crispness of his pitches. I mean, I think his last 3 starts he was just outstanding, but in his last start. But this start, I think he was a lot more sharp. He was with all of his pitches, and he's locating very, very well.
He's falling into a very consistent line now, isn't he?
He certainly is, and it just took him a while, but he's in that groove right now that he's been here all year, but which he hasn't.
We should catch up with the Brewers starter after the game. Brewers Live also hear from Ron Renicky as well. The Brewers going for their 6th straight here at home. Another low-scoring affair, guys.
All right, Craig, Davey, thank you. It looks like Zack Greinke is done for the night. He has assumed his spot on the rail. 7 innings, 1 run. Josh Lindblom is on the mound for the Dodgers now. Evaldi 6 innings, 2 runs, on the hook for the loss. As Lucroy leads off, looks like Felipe Lopez will hit next. And then the Brewers go back to the top of the order. Another tight one here at Miller Park. Lucroy 1 out of 2. He had a double his first time up. Evaldi struck him out in the 5th inning. And now LaTroy Hawkins begins to get loose. He'll have the 8th, and he'll have his work cut out for him. Ethier Kemp and Aaron Miles coming up. And apparently Francisco Rodriguez needs another day with problems with his legs. He has been nursing a quad injury. They're not calling it a quad, I guess. It's just general soreness after severe cramping in his legs over the weekend.
One more day today as opposed to maybe bringing him back and missing him for a week or 10 days. That's, you want to play it safe. Lindblom, another guy up from Double-A. He was in Chattanooga. He was a closer down there. Had 16 saves in 33 games. Pretty good earned run average. Dodgers not afraid to promote very quickly from Double-A to the big leagues. Both pitchers here tonight.
Lucroy serves one into right center. That's going to get down, a base hit. So Jonathan Lucroy with 2 more hits. Now, Rock, Zack Greinke 7 strong tonight with 8 strikeouts. What'd you see?
Well, everything works off the fastball. That is the pitch number 1 for Zack, and when he's able to get it in and on the corners and from time to time elevated, that's the key. That sets up that slider right there. One of the best in the business. Late breaking slider, and when he doesn't get ahead in the count, he can drop this pitch on you. The curveball, 1-0, 2-1. It really messes up a hitter. And then you have to deal with the changeup. Early in the season, when he came off the disabled list, he was kind of in spring training mode, going fastball slider. But his last 10 or so starts, he's mixing all 4, and that's why he's been so successful.
Craig Counsell off the bench instead of Lopez. It'll be Counsell to hit, and he's up there to bunt. Takes a ball low. So after Lucroy's hit, Renicky changed his mind, pulls Lopez back. And it's Counsell who gets the pinch hit appearance. Big Josh Lindblom on the mound, and Counsell bunts it foul. Counsell with 4 sacrifice bunts this season. Trying to get Lucroy on the move at first. And a check on Lucroy. Lindblom's from the Midwest. He's from Indiana. Actually, still lives in Lafayette, Indiana. Went to college at Purdue. And if you're a season ticket holder in Chattanooga, Tennessee, you get a chance to see 2 pitchers go right to the big leagues, and Eovaldi and Lindblom.
You wonder where your starter is and your closer. You show up one day, they're in LA. Two pretty big guys, 6'5", 240 for Lindblom.
Counsell squares again, bunts it foul. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
We're probably going to see him try and drop down the bunt again. I think Ron Rennick is going to have him bunt.
Brewers get a leadoff single by Lucroy. Now Counsell up, top of the order next. 2-1 Milwaukee on a 2-out, 2-strike, 2 RBI single by Hairston last inning. Counsell lets that one go, and that gets by Navarro. And Lucroy's got a chance to keep going. He's on his way to third. No throw. 2 bases on the wild pitch. Navarro had no idea where that ball was.
Well, he got a piece of it. The mistake that he made is once he didn't know where it was, he couldn't find it. You got to look to the pitcher, and the pitcher's got to point to where the baseball is. And he did. He just kept looking around. It was all the way back to the screen, and good base running by Luke to go all the way to third base. Well, he just keeps looking around. You got to look to your pitcher. He'll point to where the baseball is. He finally does, but it's too late. Well, now Craig Counsell is going to be able to swing away.
Lucroy had his head up, never slowed down. He kept on churning. Easily makes it to third. Dodgers have the infield in. Counsell takes a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers with 2 in the 6th. Dodgers get 1 on a Tony Gwynn homer in the 7th. And there's Lucroy as the Brew Crew trying to get it right back. Full count. And that gets by. That's ball 4. And this is going to bring a run home. Lucroy scores on another wild pitch. 3 bases on 2 wild pitches.
That's just not a very good job by the Dodgers catcher. Both balls getting by him. Now the first one a changeup, the last one a fastball. And the Brewers able to score a run on a single, a couple of wild pitches. Well, you don't see that very often. Not a very good job by Navarro. Kind of gave up on it, and all the way to the screen. Counsell walks, and the Brewers pick up another run.
3-1 Milwaukee. Wild pitched him all the way around, did Lindblom. And now Corey Hart with a runner at first, nobody out. And if you're a Dodger fan and you're watching this game, you have to be thinking, here we go again. This club cannot get out of their own way right now. They've had some chances, but you don't see a base runner go all the way around on wild pitches very often in the big leagues.
Yeah, well, Lindblom's having a tough time even getting close. I mean, everything seems to be in the dirt. That last pitch, and Navarro got it on the backhand on short hop. Looks like a guy that would be relatively tough to catch. Ball moving all over the place and can't find the strike zone.
And Rick Honeycutt will try to settle him down. Our Miller Lite, what's on tap? This homestand concludes tomorrow. 12:30 is airtime, and the first pitch just after 1 o'clock Central. Brewers will head to New York after the game. Start a 3-game series with the Mets at Citi Field on Friday. And don't forget, Saturday's game is on Fox National Television for a Saturday's game. Our buddy Matt Vasgersian will have the call for you on Saturday. 3-1, the Brewers lead the Los Angeles Dodgers here at Miller Park. They've won the first 2 games of the series. Corey Hart up with a man on, nobody out. And another one in the dirt. I don't know who's more gun shy right now, the catcher or the home plate umpire.
Yeah, Chris Guccione got one in the leg that allowed that run to score. Yeah, he's flinching too. Everybody is.
I'm flinching. That's normal. Dodgers have activity in their bullpen. Counsell takes off, and the throw to second is in time to get the out. Counsell trying to steal. There's ball 3. Navarro with a cannon behind the plate guns him out.
Yeah, Counsell was just kept bouncing around. He looked as though he wanted to go. Navarro with a terrific throw. Check this out. I mean, a little bit high, but able to get Counsell. Good tag by Jamie Carroll. Well, you hate to do that on a 2-0 pitch.
Especially with a pitcher struggling to throw strikes. And now this could get him out. Number 2 as Loney is up against the rail, and he's got it for the out. Boy, what a quick turn of events here.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
Two gone. Here comes Nigel Morgan. By the way, we got an update from the Dodger clubhouse. Casey Blakey left this game last inning, and it was due to injury. Right shoulder pain is what they're saying.
Yeah, he's had neck problems all year. It's been on and off the disabled list. Don Mattingly's had to be very careful in using Blake. Can't play too many games in a row. He probably wasn't going to play tomorrow anyway. He hasn't been playing day games after night games.
Blake's already missed 1 turn at the plate. Nigel Morgan at the plate, presented by Wendy's. Nigel reached on an infield hit in the first inning. He was hit by a pitch in the third. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Morgan will not have enough plate appearances to qualify in the league leaders this year. He's not going to make it. He needs about 5 plate appearances a game the rest of the year, and that's not going to happen. But his batting average good enough for 7th in the league right now as it stands. And a swing and a miss. What a comeback for Lindblom. Looked like he was in big trouble. The Brewers may have run themselves out of an inning. But Lindblom gets Hart and Morgan to end the 7th. They get a run, 3-1 Milwaukee.
first pitch. Lots of sunshine, high temperatures here into the upper 70s, winds out of the south at around 7 to 14 miles per hour.
Well, day baseball tomorrow here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Great weather. 3-1, the Brewers have the lead, and a chance perhaps at a 4-game sweep of the Dodgers if the Brewers can take it to the finish line here tonight. A 3-1 lead. Hawkins comes on for the 8th. And how about the Brewers bullpen during this great stretch? The last 28 games, the Brewers have 11 saves and 20 holds. And look at the ERA, 1.60 over the last 28 games. That's about as locked down as you could be.
Yep, Saito and Hawkins and K-Rod and John Axford, all these guys have been throwing the baseball so well. In large part because the starting rotation has not been putting too much pressure on them, not having to eat up too many innings. And because of that, they've all been strong, and that's going to pay dividends as they go down the stretch.
Speaking of strong, LaTroy Hawkins getting stronger and stronger with every outing. His velocity continues to jump. Had shoulder surgery last season. Took him a little while to come back. And when he came back, his fastball was around 90 to 92 miles an hour. Now he's getting it up there in the 95 mile an hour range. It's a big difference for Hawkins, who hides the ball so well. Tough to pick up.
Well, he's been unscored upon in his last 9 appearances, and he's only given up 4 hits in that stretch. A 118 batting average. Last pitched on Sunday against the Pirates.
Well, one game leads to another, and the fact that Gallardo went 8 last night and Saito was able to pitch a scoreless 9th, the Brewers wanted in the bottom of the 9th. They needed just 2 pitchers. Saito had just 10 pitches last night. It gave everybody that day they needed. Hawkins had pitched in back-to-back games and was probably next out of the bullpen had Kotsay not delivered the game winner. Axford is available tonight. Ethier slaps it foul.
And remember that appearance for LaTroy. He came in with a couple of men on and 2 outs. That was in the 8th inning, and he threw a first pitch curveball, and he got a comebacker end of the inning. So a 1-pitch outing for LaTroy Hawkins. He got the job done.
He's making his 3rd appearance on this homestand. Ethier, Kemp, and Miles coming up. So this is the key part of this Dodger batting order. Ball and 2 strikes on Andre Ethier. Off the hands, 1 hopper to Unic, 1 gone. Our text question tonight, courtesy of Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin. Dylan asks, does every major league team have a bullpen catcher, and how do you become one?
I think every major league team has one now. Didn't used to. When I was playing, Brewers did not have a bullpen catcher. I was the bullpen catcher, and Larry Haney, the bullpen coach, was a catcher and would warm up pitchers if need be. But you have to have some minor league experience. Most bullpen catchers in the big leagues have played major or pro baseball at some point.
Marcus Hanel, the Brewers bullpen catcher, he's been on and off the air tonight. He's wearing a microphone for us. He was a professional catcher in the Pirates organization. I believe he made it as high as AA.
Or at least, if not pro ball, you've had to be in at least college ball. You just can't go in there, and it's not as easy as it looks. They work hard, bullpen catchers. They work hard before the game. They catch the starters' side sessions. The guys that need work after the game. You'll see Marcus out there perhaps with Tim Dillard from time to time when he hasn't been in the game in a while.
What's the combination of bullpen catcher to, because we saw George Kotaris out there. I mean, with George, in case they needed to get 2 pitchers up.
Well, and sometimes your other catcher will warm up a guy just to stay sharp.
There's a big swing by Kemp, and it's 2-2 on Matt Kemp.
Marcus will always start warming up the starting pitcher, and then probably the last maybe 15 pitches, the starter the starting catcher that particular day will finish him up, just to get a sense for what he's got that day.
Hawkins working the 8th. Retires Ethier on a ground ball. And now Matt Kemp. 3-2 the count on Kemp. 3-1 Brewers. Tying run in the on deck circle. It's Kemp. Little tapper. He's fast. Got to hurry. Betancourt makes the play, and it is not in time. Kemp legs it out. Infield hit for Matt Kemp.
Well, he's something else, that Matt Kemp. He reminds you a lot of Ryan Braun with the combination of speed and power. These are the kind of base hits that Brawny gets. That's a good pitch by LaTroy, right off the end of the bat. And look at Kemp go. He's sniffing a base hit. You love the hustle, and he's able to beat it out. That's how you hit 320. Infield hits.
Yeah, his first hit tonight. He's 1 out of 4. So now the Dodgers bring the tying run to the plate. Aaron Miles with 1 out. Hawkins made a good pitch. Kemp put it in the right spot. And Miles into center field. Morgan drifting back. He's got it for the out. 2 outs in the inning. Hard hit ball from Miles that finds a glove. What a luxury Ron Renicky and Rick Kranitz have in that bullpen. Veteran guys who have been there, who have had a lot of success. Hawkins has been a closer in the big leagues. Saito has been a closer.
Yep, 4 guys that have closed games for different teams. And K-Rod can't pitch. You have a choice between Hawkins and Saito. You got John Axford out there. You know, if the Brewers needed a closer last night, it wasn't going to be Axford because he had pitched 3 days in a row, and Ryan Rendick was talking about using LaTroy in a closing role. You know, Saito in the 8th, LaTroy in the 9th. In a pinch, that's not a bad option.
Started Loney with a curveball. The 0-1 pitch, fastball strike, zips it on the corner, and it's 0-2. Brewers will have Braun, Fielder, and McGee in the bottom of the 8th. A 3-1 Milwaukee lead. Hawkins trying to hang a 0 on the board in the top of the 8th. Tying run at the plate. Brewers got a 2-out, 2-strike, 2 RBI single from Jerry Hairston in the 6th inning to take the lead. Tony Gwynn a homer for the Dodgers in the 7th, the only Los Angeles run. Brewers added 1 last inning. 0-2 to count. Hawkins to Loney in the dirt. Luke Croy, another beautiful job behind the plate. Boy, he's done a great job tonight. That one hurt him a little.
Yeah, a little bit of dirt in the eyes. And a ball in the dirt, you know, kicks up some dirt, and maybe a little bit of Visine in the dugout after the inning. Well done. That is textbook by Luke Croy.
Just think about that dynamic with Luke Croy and all these veteran pitchers. Luke Croy was in Little League when these guys were breaking in the big leagues. Trying to get Hawkins through this 8th. 1-2. And Loney takes 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, guys take pitches like that. They're called balls, and they act as though they knew it all the way.
When you're just waiting for the ring up.
Yeah. Had it all the way, Skip.
Tracking it well. Runner goes. Loney fouls it away. Almost hit that one right out of the mitt of Lucroy. That's about as emergency of an emergency hack as you can have.
Yeah, man, well located fastball, 94 miles an hour by Hawk. Down and away.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Loney. Loney was up with the bases loaded in the 4th and struck out. Greinke started, went 7. In line for the win. See if Kemp is on the move. He takes off the pitch. A bouncer to third. McGee with a big hop. Makes the play. LaTroy Hawkins, a scoreless 8th. And the bullpen keeps rolling. Ryan Braun will lead off. Then Fielder. 3-1 Milwaukee. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning at Miller Park. The Brewers keep cranking them out. Ryan Braun has 23 for Milwaukee this year. And Braun with a couple of home runs on this homestand. And in some elite company since they started the clock on Ryan Braun as a big leaguer in 07. Only 3 active players on this list with 150 or more homers and a 300 or better batting average. And remember, Braun missed the first 6 weeks. He was in AAA the first 6 weeks of 07. Ryan Braun, Miguel Cabrera, and Albert Pujols. Great company.
And really only one of those guys on that list with good speed that can get the infield hits. Cabrera doesn't run all that well. Albert, an average base runner. Brawny is the only guy that really runs well.
Now in his 5th season in the major leagues. And he has a chance at a batting title. It would be the first in franchise history. Braun, second in the league in hitting to start play today behind Jose Reyes. He was 7 points behind him. Now 6 points. Braun is hitting .330 after a 1-for-2 night. He walked and scored the first Brewers run in the 6th. Brewers have had 2 players that have come close. Cecil Cooper finished second one year, and Paul Molitor finished second as well. And you figure Ryan Braun is going to rewrite the Brewers franchise record books as long as he stays healthy. He already is in many areas.
He's got a long way to go. Robin Yount had many years of exceptional play. But you're right, he's well on his way.
Now the most important part of that, the fact that Braun will most likely spend his entire career in a Brewers uniform. And you never know about health, but signing that long-term deal, tacking on 5 more years to a 5-year contract. He was signed through age 37. Another decade under contract with the Brewers. Three to 1 Milwaukee here in the bottom of the 8th. And a 2-2 to Braun. The changeup missed.
He's got a decent changeup, doesn't he? Lindblom. It's like a little circle change. It goes down and into a right-hander. He's able to keep it down.
That is a called strike 3. Braun does not agree. Looked like it hit the bottom of the strike zone, according to Fox Tracks. And Braun is rung up. The Prince Fielder, a nice moment with Chris Guccione. Said, "Hey, that's not on me now." I couldn't agree more. You're a great umpire.
I think he was protecting Ryan. I think Ryan might have said something, and Prince went over there as the arbiter that he is, saying, "Hey, it's okay. He didn't mean it." He's a little upset. He can be testy at times.
So Don Mattingly will take the ball from Lindblom. And to the bullpen he goes. A pitching change here at Miller Park. One gone in the 8th. Fielder coming up, and the lefty coming in. Don't forget, Brewers Live coming up after the game, our post-game instructional. See the great defense the Dodgers played. I'm anxious to see the post-game instructional tonight.
That's what it's
field defense.
That's what it's going to be right there. You know, Davey Nelson used to be a second baseman. We're going to talk about backhand plays up the middle. My role in that instructional will be rolling balls to Davey.
What will your role be, Rock?
Rolling baseballs to Davey.
Nice. All right.
You didn't hear me the first time?
Did you say something, Rock? Prince Fielder is up with one out. Looking forward to that instructional with your pink tie tonight. Scott Elbert is the new pitcher.
Yeah, appeared in game 1 of the series, gave up a couple of home runs. Yeah, one to Luke Croy, one to Corey Hart.
It was a 3-0 shutout win for Milwaukee. All 3 runs coming on solo homers. Fielder fouls it back. Prince has a hit and a run scored tonight. He's 1 out of 3. He was aboard for Hairston's 2 RBI single. Still the big hit in this game. Seems like it is somebody every night, somebody different. was Katse yesterday, the game winner in the 9th inning. Walk-off single for the Brewers. Back on Monday night, had Lucroy with a home run. Corey Hart, fielder right into the shift. Loney is there covering the line, and he makes a play for out number 2. John Axford getting ready. Save opportunity at this point with a 2-run Brewers lead. I was thinking back to that 3-0 game. That was the game the Brewers turned a triple play and 4 double plays. And our friends at Elias gave us a note that it's the first time in the history of Major League Baseball where there have been 3 solo homers, a triple play, and 4 double plays by the same team. I mean, whenever you can, even though you have to open up the parameters a little bit when you say it's the first time in this game with all of these games, that's saying something. Over 200,000 games played in Major League history. The Brewers became the first team to earn a shutout win, hit at least 3 homers, and execute a triple play in the same game. And you were here to witness it,
Rock.
Rock.
Impressive. Yeah.
That's the part of the batting order Axford will face. 0-2 to McGee. In the air to right. Ethier coming in. And the Brewers go down quietly in the 8th. Stage is set. The Axeman cometh. 3-1. The Brewers have the lead. And John Axford with a save opportunity when we come back.
Similar to that. Very similar routine. Obviously doesn't have that changeup, but he throws fastballs away. As the inning gets closer to an end, he throws some in, then his curveball, a slider, fastball away, and he's in.
And the words of Marcus Hanel, who warmed him up, preparing Axford for a save opportunity, and how similar Axford's routine is to Trevor Hoffman. He learned a great deal from the all-time saves leader. 3-1 Brewers, 9th inning. Yonder Navarro leading off for Los Angeles. Navarro, Sellers, the rookie shortstop, and then the pitcher spot due up.
That fourth appearance in the last 5 days for John Axford. Did not have to pitch in yesterday's ball game.
Axford with 35 saves on the year, and a curveball strike, his signature pitch, and it gets him ahead in the count, 1-2. Navarro is 0 for 3 tonight. All of his outs on the ground. The 1-2, and a swing and a miss. Down he goes. Axford strikes out Navarro.
Yeah, threw him a couple of curveballs in that sequence, and Navarro not able to, center on him. Boy, that curveball is something else to John Axford. There it is. When he can throw that for a strike, good luck to you.
One gone for the Axeman. See his workload this week, just a 9-pitch effort on Monday night, picking up his 35th save, his 32nd consecutive save. Much needed day off yesterday. Justin Sellers, he has made an impact on this game defensively. At the plate, he is 0 for 3. But his first career home run on Sunday for the Dodgers against the Astros. On the corner, a strike, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2.
Yep, burning off that outside corner. Now you give him whatever you want. Slider, curveball down, maybe elevate the fastball.
Here it comes, the 1-2 in the dirt. Lucroy, another nice block. A save tonight for Axford, and he will join Craig Kimbrell at the top of the National League saves list. The Braves lost tonight. The Giants beat them 7-5. So Kimbrell still on 36. Axford a chance to join him with his 36th save. Full count to Sellers. Payoff pitch, high and tight, ball 4. And now Axford will have to deal with Juan Rivera coming off the bench for the Dodgers, representing the tying run.
And those fastballs not even close. Axford trying to muscle up a little bit and blow it right by him. And not able to come close to the strike zone with the last 2 fastballs.
So a big bat off the bench for Mattingly. Rivera not getting the start tonight. Made a start in left field and first base in the first 2 games of this series. Rivera takes a ball. Juan Rivera has 8 home runs combined between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers, with 6 home runs in Toronto in 70 games. Has 2 as a Dodger. There's a strike, a fastball. Brewers trying to stay 7 games up on the Cardinals. St. Louis beat the Pirates earlier tonight. Kyle Loesch beat Paul Maholm. A 7-2 final. Milwaukee can maintain their division lead with 2 more outs. Strike called. 1-2 on Rivera.
Excellent velocity. It looks as though Axford's found his release point again. Now he can drop that curveball on. Got a couple of pitches to play with here.
Brewers are looking for a ground ball to turn 2 to end it. And the 1-2 and a strike called on the outside corner. John Axford rings up Juan Rivera. Can't spot it any better than that.
Did he even swing the bat once? He did not even take the bat off of his shoulder. And finally gets rung up right on the outside corner. Not sure what he's arguing about. That's a pretty good pitch. I don't think Don Mattingly sent him up there to watch 3 strikes go by.
Axford spot on with a fastball in that sequence. Now Tony Gwynn Jr. as the sellout crowd stands up to bring him home. Gwynn homered in the 7th. His first home run of the season and his first home run since last July of 2010. 3 hits tonight. He has 3 of the 6 Dodger hits tonight. Runner goes. There's a strike. Brewers content to allow Sellers to take second base. Ball and a strike on Gwynn. It's 2-1. A win tonight for the Brewers. They go to 73-51, 22 over 500, and coupled with that Braves loss, that means the second best record in the National League. Phillies have the best record. They won tonight. They beat the Diamondbacks 9-2 behind Cliff Lee.
And the 4th best record in all of baseball.
2-1 pitch. Gwynn takes ball 3. And now Axford going to be forced to come in there on Tony Gwynn. Jamie Carroll due up next. That was a spot originally occupied by Casey Blake. Remember, he left this game with a shoulder problem. Hitters count on Gwynn. Tying run at the plate. And there's a strike. Full count. Dodgers down to their last strike. The Brewers win 3-1. John Axford comes up big again. His 36th save, 33 in a row for the Axeman. And our Menards player of the game, Jerry Hairston, had the big hit, a 2 RBI single in the 6th inning. John Axford strikes out the side. And the Brewers have now won 6 in a row, and they remain 7 games up in the National League Central. What a ball game tonight. What a homestand. 3-1 the final score. Much more still to come on this one. Craig Kashan, what do you have coming up for us on Brewers Live?